You know what you want in life. Maybe you've written it down. Maybe you've made a vision board and said the affirmations. And then life happened. The routine kicked back in. You're back on autopilot. The dream doesn't disappear. It just faded into the background. You kept going. You got busy. But somewhere in the back of your mind, you're asking, why isn't this showing up? The gap between the dream and the life that you want is what this episode is about. And I'm going to give you a starting point to close the gap. Welcome to In the Driver's Seat. I am Lisa French, a former race car driver turned empowerment coach. This podcast is about exploring the power of mindset, belief, and deliberately creating a life that you truly love. I share personal chapters from my life experiences, stories of resilience, heartbreak, rediscovery, and the lessons I've learned along the way. My goal is for you to find a little piece of yourself in my stories and inspire you to step into your power. Whether you're here to reflect or simply feel a little less alone in this world, you're in the right place. I am so happy to have you here as we journey toward a life filled with clarity, purpose, and possibility. Most people think the problem is motivation or discipline, but it's not. Having a vision without alignment is just having cut out decorations on a poster board. Most people treat their dream like artwork hanging on a wall. It's just something to look at, but not something to live. Life doesn't pause for your vision. The routine, the obligations, the busyness, they don't stop just because you aspire for something better in your life. And slowly, the vision you have gets buried under all of it. So the last year that I lived in Iowa, everything looked fine from the outside. But on the inside, I felt something was off. I wasn't depressed. I just felt meh, not fully me. I loved the people that were around me. My friends were like family. The people I worked with were intelligent and dedicated to the community. I had the best boss. I just somewhere felt off. I didn't really love the life I was living. I desired for something more, but without the bridge, it just kind of stayed a wish. The dream doesn't fade away because you're not trying hard enough. It fades because wishing and living are two completely different things. And nobody teaches you how to close that gap. Closing the gap starts with one thing: getting honest about what you want. Most people think they know what they want. They have the pictures on the vision board. They have a list of goals, a general sense of more. But clarity is different from that. Clarity is specific. It's personal and honest. The question isn't, what do I want? The real question is, what do I want that I'm afraid is too big or not possible for me? What is the version of your life that you keep imagining, but you haven't given yourself the permission to pursue? So me moving from Iowa to Florida wasn't just that I wanted sunshine and warm weather. It was, I wanted freedom, adventure, growth. It was me getting honest about those things, the specific feelings, not just the geographical change. That was the turning point. So go ahead right now. Ask yourself this question. What am I longing for that I haven't said out loud? Not to fix it today, but just put a name on it. Acknowledging is the beginning. The clarity doesn't come from forcing the path. It comes from being honest enough with yourself to describe the feeling of what you want. That's the first step. And it's the step that most people skip. So, what becomes possible when you close that gap? When you get honest with yourself about what you want and start moving toward it, even in the smallest ways, things begin to move. Not because the universe just magically delivers, but because you start showing up differently. You notice different things. You say yes to different things. When I won the fire pit at the raffle at work, I used the power of emotional visualization as a tool, not a wish. I didn't just hope for the fire pit. I felt it in every way. The warmth of the fire, the smell of the wood burning, making and eating the s'mores. I felt the internal calm and peace that comes by sitting by a fire. I heard my name being called as the winner and the excitement that I felt from that. Emotion, feeling the emotions and senses of what you want is a different energy entirely. So the move up to Florida, again, wasn't a hope for the best. It was a series of taking aligned steps. Each one was informed by clarity about what I wanted and why it mattered. You don't have to have it all figured out. You just have to be honest about where you want to go in life. That's what puts you back in the driver's seat. That dream that keeps fading out on you, it's not gone. It's just waiting for you to stop treating it like a wish and start treating it like a decision. And if you're ready to do that, really ready to do that, I have something for you. This Tuesday, May 19th at 6:30 p.m. Central Time, I am hosting a 1-hour live workshop called Dream to Done: How to Turn Your Vision Board into a Life You Love. We're going to do the work together. You'll leave with what I call your map of possibility, a clear, simple guide that connects your vision to real, grounded action. You'll receive a link to attend via Zoom. And if you can't make it at that time, no problem. There will be a replay available for a limited time. The link to register for the workshop is in the show notes. I would love to see you there. And if you're not quite ready for the workshop, but this episode got you thinking, grab my free visualization guide for intentional creation. It's the same method I used when I started getting serious about what I wanted, as well as what I described about how I won the fire pit. You'll also find the link for the guide in the show notes. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. I mean that. Until next time, you're always in the driver's seat of your own life, and I'll see you next week.